Hi, my name's Sophia Flörsch. I'm 18 from Munich and a race car driver. At the moment, I drive in Formula 3. My goal's to be in Formula 1 and become world champion. Right now, I'm in Italy, the sun's shining, and we're entering an antique car race, the Mille Miglia.
Hi, my name is Ellen Lohr. I've been in pro motorsports for 30 years and I'm still actively racing, but I do lots with classic cars too. Now I'm happy to be underway for Mercedes-Benz with Sophia Flörsch at the Mille Miglia.
Viva! Grande Mille Miglia, un sogno! I have a dream! Vai!
It's nice to cross the ramp for the second time. It means you've finished. Good luck.
Good luck, we can do it.
Mille Miglia is Italian for 1,000 miles. That's roughly 1,600 kilometers. The race goes from Brescia in northern Italy and back again.
It's an honor. Generations of race car drivers driving together. I was a professional racer 2 generations before her. It's a really big challenge for both of us. Driving a magnificent €2 million car isn't bad for an 18-year-old.
It's a huge honor.
Ellen Lohr is one of Europe's most successful female race car drivers. And Sophia Flörsch is the new rising star. A year ago, she was lucky enough to survive a serious crash in Macau. Her dream is to pilot a Formula 1 racer. Today, she won't be stopped from taking the wheel.
I asked her if she wanted me to drive too, and she said, "Alan, I'm 18 years old and allowed to handle a car like this. What do you think?" That settled it, and I stayed in my co-pilot seat. I remember I used to be the same way. You prepare for each day more or less in the same way, namely the Mille Miglia, by working your way through all the road books. There are 4 or 5 of them, and they're all so thick. These markings show where the time checkpoints are, where the stamp inspections are, simply so that you can tell the driver what's coming up. Where's the lunch break? I don't actually know. I don't think there is one. Otherwise, you have water, caps, sunglasses, and everything ready. And let's go.
The Mille Miglia is a legendary race which can challenge even the most experienced race car driver.
Don't forget this car dates from 1957. Try putting it in third.
It's that you keep driving from morning till night. That's the fascination. You overtake normal cars and then suddenly the police are ahead of you, redirecting traffic, and everyone else must stop. The regular drivers make way and wave at you, and there are people by the roadside everywhere. Once we were speeding along with all the others, 6 300 SL models. That was great. We just reached Rome and we're at the front of this line of cars and we took a wrong turn and they all followed us. Then we had to turn around on the main street and they all turned behind us. It was funny, but we came first.
Famous people from around the world take part in the Mille Miglia. Here, race car driver Bernd Mailänder, who usually pilots the safety car at Formula 1 races, is racing with Michael Diamond from the hip-hop group The Beastie Boys.
I think it's a great opportunity to drive incredible, beautiful classic cars like this 300 SL, right? And then with a great driver.
Americans sometimes have problems with the clutch, but we're getting there. He drives safely and doesn't take risks. We're quite secure on the road, and so far we've made it through every stage. We have a lot of fun and listen to lots of music. It's this combination of driving a nice old car, the landscape, the spirit, the people, the other cars, all of that together. Bella Italia and Mille Miglia. That's spirit enough.
The spectators are fabulous. They all have their Mille Miglia flags, which are clearly distributed by the tens of thousands. They're still standing there at night, despite our high start number. It's great that the whole country lives for the Mille Miglia.
I love cars, especially Ferraris, but I like all the cars that go by here. For someone who's a bit older, like me, the Mille Miglia's past is quite fascinating. Don't forget that the legendary racing driver Tazio Nuvolari was born just 10 kilometers from here, and the tradition of watching the Mille Miglia by the roadside is passed down from father to son.
The women are great. I'd love to drive a nice car like that.
Women drive much better than men. When we're behind the wheel, we step on the gas. We want to feel the vibrations, the power of the engine.
And women are gaining ground in motorsports.
In my day, many women started off in the sport, but we arrived too early and the motorsport world wasn't ready for us. Now people are much more open. You can see that all the nonsense like women being physically disadvantaged, etc., has finally been laid to rest and dismissed as old hat. The young generation of racing drivers like Sophia has just the right mindset. They prepare themselves right, have lots of self-confidence and clearly stated goals. That gives us hope that we won't see just one, but perhaps even several women in Formula One in the future.
Here I learned to drive old cars and overtake in places where you're not actually supposed to. Now I know how to read road books. I know all about the stamps, how the timed checkpoints work. I learned all that, and maybe even a bit of how to park.
Sophia taught me that it's possible to drive with absolute focus and still keep posting on various Instagram channels. Wait, I need to send Papa Flörsch the photo of us all at the finish.